We are live! All right. Welcome to the show today. We are very excited for the episode you have. We didn't do a show Saturday or Sunday, and this little girl took Friday off. So she's been really excited about getting today's show underway. Is that right, Lily?
Yes, I am.
Very much so. We missed you Friday. We wanted to tell you that. But thank you for being here today, and we look forward to the many Pledge of Allegiances you are going to be leading this family and the country as we move forward into 2026. But we're still here in 2025. We have a weekend update for you. We're going to catch you up on some current events, talk a little bit about things you may not have even known have been invented in the last 25 years, and finally, recap with Pledge of Allegiance. Okay. So today's going to be a really good episode. We have the weekend update, current events, some new inventions you're going to be excited about, and things that did not exist over the last 25 years. Now, first, we decided, why waste time? Let's go straight to the pledge. But wait! We did want to remind everyone of something. As you're tuning in here to One Nation Under God, you are joining this show because you need to do the Pledge of Allegiance. You want to do the Pledge of Allegiance, and you stand against those that would seek to divide us Americans here on our own homeland. We do work together, and we do accomplish common goals. Reminding us of what those goals are, part of what today's show is about. Addy, before we lead in the pledge, I think it's important that we remember here on One Nation Under God, our quote for today's scripture is Isaiah 6:8. Addy, could you please inform the audience, remind them, Isaiah 6:8.
Yes, I can. I heard the voice of the Lord say, Whom shall I send? Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? Then I said, Here I am, send me.
That's right, Addy. And you are here to lead us in the pledge. Thank you for listening, and thank you for taking it upon yourself. Like the many supporters that we have, and the individuals out there from the Pozovic family to Scott Adams to those behind American Debunk and several others that continue to lead the way and push journalism to new heights. We thank you, Addy, for being here and raising your hand. Please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, I will. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
That's right, Eddie. Justice for all. That is something that is on the menu and is going to be served soon. Stay more for that in the near future. Addy, wonderful quote. Thank you for using that scripture. We'll get back to Daddy's favorite quote here in a second. First, let's get the weekend update. For those of you that caught the news and were able to pay attention and see what was flying across the screens, it depends on what you tuned into. We know that the news comes in many shapes and forms, some of it biased, most of it biased. We'd like to simply just bring you the observational facts so that you can decide what to do with that information.
Because everything is your choice in life. You are in control of yourself.
Do not forget that, because the rest of the world will spend its time, energy, and money trying to lead you to believe you're the victim. Does everybody suffer? Has everybody fallen? Will everybody fall? And will everybody make mistakes?
Yes.
I'm a sinner. You're a sinner at home. And we are trying to be better at being a human. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
But in order to do so, we must take action. Is that right?
Yes.
And we must take responsibility for our choices. Is that right?
Yes.
And when things are thrown our way and they get too hard, can we turn for help?
Yes.
We can. Now, let's talk a little bit about the weekend update. Several things happened and several pieces, depending on which news station you got into this weekend, the cycle would have been hiding some things and showing you others. We're not going to dive into and tell you what to think or tell you what to believe. We're just simply going to report a few interesting facts for you to decide what to do with. Is that right, Addy?
Yes, it is.
Okay, well, let's start with one of the first ones. Now, again, we know there are lots of different news sources out there. Some of them can be trusted, some of them can't. We like to read all of them. We see the chatter, and then we share it with you. One of those things we're sharing with you right now is ABC News which we all know is owned by Disney. But ABC News, experts wrong again.
Wrong?
ABC News.
Wrong again?
Yep, turns out that the U.S. economy has expanded well past the experts' first guess. I guess it was a guess, right? Since they're wrong?
I guess. They're wrong again.
So the experts guess, and did the experts guess right?
No.
Not those experts, but let me ask. Did the expert that the people voted for and that is in control, did that expert turn out being correct?
Yes, they did, 100%.
Isn't that weird? Do what you want with that information, but know that ABC News is saying the experts were wrong, but the guy we told you was wrong. He was right. I think that makes him the expert now. What do you think, Abby?
I think it does.
You judge for yourself. Politico, another news source that's out there with a few fans. Politico says in their top headline this weekend that it's RFK's fault. Now, Addy, RFK is a lifelong Democrat who was hired by the Republican president to run and help make America healthy again. Politico, a news agency, says that it's his fault that Kraft, Doritos, and Oscar will drive up food prices because they can't use low-quality, cruddy ingredients to serve Americans cancer anymore. And I'm reading this right, so you understand. Politico says it's RFK's fault that Kraft, Doritos, and Oscar are going to maybe charge you more to give you quality food that doesn't have cancer ingredients in it.
That is good. That is
Should be
healthy
good.
for you. That is healthy for you. But what they're saying is wrong. We need to put cancer and bad junk in it. Low quality, junk, crap. Maybe patty melts, maybe from a crappy spot. All like say, hey, there's 2 American cows, 2 Chinese cows. Mix it up. That's crap.
She went a little deep on you there. You should not be mixing your beef, and you shouldn't be getting cows from outside of the country or area. You want them to eat local produce, local food from local pollinators, and you want it to be 1 or 2 or 3 local cows. You certainly don't need in your belly the same bacteria from over 1,000 different cows. And we will cover that on a different story. But the princess here is, well, learned well. Good job bringing that up.
Thank you.
Well, let's focus a little bit more on the oligarchs here in America. The big companies, Kraft, Doritos, Oscars, they have trust fund babies and kids making billions of dollars, but they can't make higher quality ingredients for Americans. They can serve higher quality ingredients to the EU, but they can't do it here in America. And it's RFK's fault, lifelong Democrat, for telling them not to serve bad ingredients to Americans. Is there a reason we don't trust Politico?
Yes.
Could be one of these reasons, right?
Yes, probably one of those.
They're saying it's RFK's fault for this. And I don't know what to tell you other than to say, yeah, okay, RFK takes all the responsibility for making these companies serve you quality ingredients. Now, that's twice as funny because you don't even eat Kraft, do you?
No.
Because you know the junk that's in it, right?
Right.
So why does it bother us? We don't put that stuff in our body.
So it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother us.
But do we care about our brothers and sisters?
Yes.
And are they being served this lot?
Yes.
That's
Yes,
right.
they are.
And do we want them to have access to healthier food and
Yes.
healthier nutrition?
Yes.
That's right. Well, let's start here and bring them the truth. You do what you will with it.
Yes.
Okay, those are our 2 pieces on ABC and Politico, but we're not done. We had a couple other really interesting pieces happen this weekend, and we don't want to dive into the big ones just yet. First, let's get to China. China unveiled a really cool invention. What is it?
Cups that do not spill.
Yes, that's right. China has unveiled new technology in cups. Now, I know you're asking, it's a lid, right? You just put a lid on it?
No.
What they've done is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
We like math. Everything in life is math.
Yes.
China's put math into cups, and the grooves that they have in the cups now
Are a little diagonal. They're what's the word?
they dampen because of their angles, right?
Angles, yes.
So it changes the trajectory of the flow. What does water do?
Go with the flow.
That's right. And so they're controlling the flow. They've built grooves in the glasses that force the water back down and into itself as it begins to splash. This makes sense for cyclists, bicycle stylers, anybody that's ever had a cup without a lid sitting on something and realizing it starts to shake. Now, the second part of this story is what leads us to make this more interesting for all of us. What do we see happening in the first part?
They're putting water
repellent on the top of the glass.
Water repellent on the top of the glass.
That's right. They've got water repellent on the top of the glass. And what we're seeing here is a full glass with grooves already help keep the water down. And then with the water repellent at the rim, it really forces the water back down. But as a journalist, what do we have? Do we have questions?
Yes.
What is our question?
What is in this? What is in the water repellent? Crab, chemicals?
These are questions. We don't know what kind of chemical the water repellent is yet, and we do need to know. If we're going to be drinking out of this and there's chemicals in the top, it just doesn't sound safe, does it?
No,
it could
there's
be
chemicals in there. I'm gonna grab that and break it a million times.
That's right. But there could be lots of opportunity to use this in transportation and for other pieces and for other liquids we're not fully caught up on. And so this is a cool invention overall.
Yes, it is.
Right? We'll learn more and we'll see more as it becomes available. In really good news, we have something out of Puerto Rico that we wanted to break to the world. Puerto Rico, believed to become in the future a new part of the United States, long believed to be more on the Democrat side of politics. They just took a vote. Addy, what was that vote?
40 to 12.
40 to 12. 40 to 12. Whatever they voted on, it sounds like they all agreed. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you know what they agreed on?
No.
Well, they sent a pro-life message. The unborn are now legal persons. Yes, Ed.
That means that the unborn are all protected. Everyone in America is protected in all the states.
Well, they're in Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. So
Puerto Rico is recognizing that the child in the womb
should be protected.
Is a child. That's right. We already know that.
Right.
You already know that.
Yeah.
And does Puerto Rico have God in their heart?
Yes.
Is Puerto Rico one nation under God?
Yes.
They are.
And they have Jesus.
And they're
Jesus
reflecting that.
himself.
They're reflecting their love and they're reflecting what they care about life to show. So what does that say about Puerto Rico?
They're one nation under God.
We love you, Puerto Rico. Thank you for sending a message to the world. And thank you for reminding America what we can do when we vote together. Wonderful pro-life message to start today off as we end the 2025 year, going into 2026. There's a few things you need to know about. The other day, we talked about traveling to Florida. Now you need to know what is happening if you travel to California. Because we may not be going back to Cali anytime soon. We do have cousins out there.
Yes, we do.
Right? They got a nice spot. Retired from the Navy. He's got some good intel.
Yes.
But what did we just learn about tortillas, Addy?
Get ready for it. They put acid in their tortillas.
That's right.
Toss it.
Folic acid. Folic acid is now mandatory according to the law in California. They will be forcing, well, their governor, yeah. They will be forcing their people and population to digest, to eat, and to take folic acid into their tortillas anywhere in the state. Now, are some people okay to eat that and take the folic acid and maybe they won't have any type of side effects whatsoever?
Yes.
There's a couple people. Totally cool. Are there a lot of people that will have side effects that are very negative from the folic acid?
Yes.
Right. Do you make tortillas?
Yes.
Do we add folic acid to our tortillas?
No, it's just a simple ingredient and it starts with flour.
Starts with flour. That's right. You add love to your tortillas, right?
Yes. Flour, love, and all the other good ingredients. Not acid.
Sometimes.
No acid. No
That's
bad-
right, little
no
lady.
bad chemicals.
So please understand this. If you are going to go to Cali, you're on your way to Cali, you're seeing products come from California in the tortilla range, don't eat them.
Don't eat them.
Don't think that you can go to a regular restaurant and get their Costco served tortillas and get away with it. You will need to go to an authentic restaurant, which most people I know either go to an authentic restaurant or they make them themselves. If you're not making tortillas yourself, this little lady will gladly give you the recipe and show you how it's done.
Yes, I will.
On Taco Tuesdays, we start making tortillas about what, 3:30, 4 o'clock?
Yes.
Let them rise for a little bit.
fries a little bit.
And are they the softiest, chewiest tortillas we ever had?
Oh yes, and we do it on a grill with our ninja. There's 2 ninjas, one for ramen, one for eggs, and other flat stuff like waffles.
For noodles, you do love your noodles.
You know I do.
Okay, so California guys, pay attention to your food that's out there. One other thing we were going to talk about today was Roman concrete, but based on the time, we may come back to that one in just a little bit. One thing we wanted to talk about for fun today is we wanted to hit where we're at. It's 2025. We're ending the year. We're getting ready for a new year. And before we even get excited and start sharing all the inventions coming in 2026, we know some good ones that are on the way. We need to talk about the last 25 years. Some of our viewers out here have certainly been on Earth for more than 25 years, and they'll be fully aware of what we're about to talk about. Things that did not exist 25 years ago. Number 1, Amazon Prime. Addy?
Another one, Xbox.
That's right. We had no Xbox 25 years ago. Now we're connected to the world. They've got robots using Xbox to do surgery. They've got Xbox helping with communication. They have gamers on Xbox. We've got a whole world of individuals using Xbox and connecting. What were they doing 25 years ago? Not as connected.
Making games up, playing with new toys.
Amazon Prime is delivering goods everywhere. I don't think anybody had Christmas this year without using Amazon Prime. And 25 years ago, non-existence. You know where people were at?
What?
In the malls, in person. The world is changing. The App Store was not here 25 years ago. Bitcoin, non-existent 25 years ago. Just think back, if 25 years ago, we could take our time machine and say, hey, throw some money in Bitcoin. How rich would we be now?
A millionaires.
If we invested then, that's right.
Yes, probably.
Uber wasn't around. Now, Daddy knew that one. Daddy was visiting San Francisco the month that Uber launched. I got to be one of the first individuals to ride in the ever test pilots for Ubers.
Are you kidding me?
Well, yeah, at first it was really cool. All the black cars, and it was like mini limos, as it started off. It was really cool. San Francisco launched it. I got to meet one of the guys that helped launch that. Really cool guy. Really, really wealthy. All right, now, 2 of the last things that don't exist that I think we need to talk about, and there's a bunch of things, but the 2 things that impact you the most that didn't exist 25 years ago, 1, Google Maps. Google Maps wasn't around now, and half the people that you talk to couldn't get to the end of their street without Google Maps on. And yet we used to navigate the entire globe, every city, with a Maps Go and a piece of paper and a little thing that said, go right here sometime. And we got there. Maybe not on time.
But we still got there.
We still got there. Yeah. Now we have Google Maps, and we can see real-time traffic, real-time accidents. We can see the best way to get there, a more scenic route to get there, better coffee shops on the way.
And better ramen shops and more waffles. Yum, yum.
The girl knows how to find a ramen shop. Wherever we are in the U.S., this girl can find the best ramen shop within 50 miles, and Daddy will drive 50 miles for that ramen shop. Isn't that right?
Yes, you will.
Thank you, little lady.
You're welcome, handsome.
All right, we are at 8:50, and we are just through the last part of what we wanted to bring about to the show. This means now we get to transition to the fun part. Roman concrete. So as we build and as we look for new buildings going into the future, we're wondering and asking, why did ancient Roman Colosseums and buildings and the aqueducts, why are they all still standing? And how are they so strong? Why is their concrete better than ours?
Because they used nature's products.
They did use nature. That's right. Scientists now know, thanks to those that were essentially statued up, can't say frozen, in time in Pompeii. The big volcano erupted. The ash went flying down and immediately killed / turned everyone into stone at the same time. And because of that, we actually were able to see a part of the process of how they make concrete. Previous to that, we knew what ingredients they were using and we knew what it turned into, but there was a part missing in the middle. How were they mixing these materials that we thought we were mixing and getting longer lasting concrete? And the most important piece to understand is that their concrete heals itself. It fixes the cracks that develop. Any idea why or how?
That's what nature intended to. That's what God knew was going to happen. So he set it up directly for this, and he set it me and you up.
Good takeaway.
Thank you.
But this is how they did it. So they were using lime, and they were using the same materials that we try to put into concrete today. It's how they mixed it that changes the game. So let me show you real quick. They're going to take their lime and they're going to mix it with the volcanic ash first. Okay. What this does is it forms what you'd call like little pockets. And what that means is, like, when we're making batter and we're stirring all the ingredients, what do? We make sure it's all whipped up very nicely, right?
Yes.
And together. We don't leave any pockets in there, right?
Right.
Not how you do Roman concrete.
Right.
They wanted to leave little small pockets of the volcanic ash and lime that had not been mixed with the water yet, essentially protected in little pockets, microns, but little pockets. And what does that do over time as the concrete begins to crack? What goes through the crack? What gets into that crack?
The ashes, the lime, whatever they put in there.
They're already in there. What happens over time as the building is sitting out there in nature? What's happening to it?
It's getting shot out. The sun's hitting it. People are walking on it.
The shanes crack. The sun cracks it up, but what else happens in nature?
Water.
Rain. That's right. So the sun will do its damage, and it will crack that concrete, and there'll be cracks in that concrete that's mixed with that volcanic ash. What happens now is the brilliant part. The water that finds its way into those cracks and in through that concrete find those little pockets of ash and lime that have not been properly mixed with water. And what happens now when that water comes into contact with those little pockets? It repairs itself.
Right.
Turns right back into concrete and gets stronger. That is how and why the Romans were able to and are able to easily build better buildings than our current concrete. Now that we know this to be true, can we copy?
Yes.
That's right.
You know the knowledge, you make the knowledge, you know how to use it, you know when to use it, you make it, boom, a whole new world gets created.
That's right, little girl. And that's what we're talking about with fusion. We have an exciting 2026 coming up, but we're not going to talk about that until tomorrow. Today's episode is wanting to wrap up this weekend and move into a new week. And we cannot move into the weekend without hitting three of the big topics from this weekend. It is 8:53. We're going to take a sip of coffee over here with the little Laylee before we do our simultaneous sip, because we're going to need the energy for this one. You make a good piece of coffee, Laylee.
Thank you.
Now, two big pieces happened this weekend that are all one story. You may have read, you may have seen, there's a whole bunch of opinions on there. None of that matters. We're just here to tell you what happened. On Saturday, knowing that Sunday, President Zelensky was meeting with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, the Russian military made a strike. And it was a good one. Did you get to watch some of the video?
Yes.
Yep. They were showing their power and showing what they could do on Kyiv, and they did hit a couple of buildings.
Yes.
The strikes weren't able to be stopped, and the strikes hit their designated target.
Pretty hard.
Could it have been worse?
Yes.
Yes. But here, when there are wars going on, there are negotiations being made. We're just here to make observations. So we saw the attack on Saturday. We saw the right hand of Russia show what it is still capable of doing. And then we saw Zelensky and Trump meet. Now, for those that were able to watch the 1 hour presser that took place on Sunday, you understand that Trump and Zelensky made it very clear that they are working on ending this. They are coming closer to the end. They both made it clear that everyone involved is trying, and everyone involved still is holding their ground. What that means for us, we're not sure, because again, these individuals said that they're at a 95% way there of closing the deal. What does that mean for the civilians that are on the front lines? Well, hopefully it means they're coming home. Hopefully it means they'll be safe soon. Hopefully it means peace will return.
Hopefully it means that they get married, get to get their children. I better stop before I get too deep.
Thank you, little lady.
You're welcome.
That is accurate, and that is what we hope can take place. With strong leadership from all the administrations involved, regardless of politics, we can come to a clear answer. They believe we're almost there. That's one of the bigger stories from the weekend, and we'll see more develop this week. We are hoping as soon as possible, but they made it clear in yesterday's presser that they're not there yet. They hope to be there by New Year's. One other story that you will see flooding the atmosphere, but not on any news networks. This is what we wanted to cover. We're not even going to cover the story. We're not even going to address it with you. We're simply going to let you know that there is a national news story that you will find on X with hundreds of journalists driving in to dig in and find other past ailments from the fraudulent billions and billions of dollars that have been stolen and lost in a certain state in America. Now, the reason we're not giving you more details is because none of the news stories are giving you any details. You can go to ABC, NBC, CNN, Politico. You can click on Apple. You can go to any of the stories. We've already checked them again this morning. Absolutely zero stories on any one of the mainstream networks. Addy, does that sound like journalism?
No, it does not. It sounds like they're hiding something very, very important that the people do not want us to know.
I agree. As a journalist, it is purely our job to make observations and to ask questions. The questions we ask you today are, why aren't you aware of this story? Why haven't you seen a building with a sign that doesn't even spell learning correctly, just left out the N? Luring is what they called the center. They've received at the Luring Center millions of dollars this year. Now, any journalist, any person in the state, anywhere, already saw that sign, could have gone and investigated themselves, is supposed to, should. That's how it's set up.
Yes, it is.
But none of that took place. And not only did none of it took place, more and more and more of it specifically happened under specific leadership. This journalist hopes that the truth comes out, and we hope that the FBI and those still investigating continue to do their hard work. We'd like to give respect to the journalists that are on the ground. They're bringing us the truth and delivering those messages. Again, if you'd like to see more of the story, you need to go find it, because part of being a journalist is showing you that they're hiding it from you. Now, with that said, we are at 8:58. We have an absolutely wonderful show coming up with Scott today, and we're super excited to get there. So we're going to be bopping out here at 8:59. Thank you all for tuning in today. It is the last week of Christmas. We are here getting into the new year. We're thankful that you tuned in today. Thank you for watching Addy and Daddy with the Pledge of Allegiance. And just for one more time, Addy, let's just do the pledge again one more time. Why not? Let's lead it out. Come on, give it to us.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America, individual,
to the republic,
one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's right, guys. And Isaiah 6:8 was our scripture for the day. I heard the voice of the Lord say, "Whom shall I send, and who will go for us?" Then I said,
Here I am. Choose me. Send me. Come on, send me.
good job, little lady.
Thank you.
Love you guys. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.
God bless you all. Make sure you always do the pledge.
Great job today, little lady.
Thank you.